Hey there, new directors. This is Ellen, and I wanted to show you just a couple quick things, some reports and stuff in your back office. I want to talk to you for a quick second about the new director WOW program that you're enrolled in currently, and show you Slack because that's how at Champion we connect with each other. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, and I need to share this one. All right. Okay. So first things first, let's talk about, since we're right here, let's talk about the new director program. All right. So as stepping up as a new director, you're automatically enrolled into the new director program. Once you fall out of this program, or once you, I guess, like, get out of the program because you've earned it or whatever, time's up, then you can actually enroll in either the Running Start or the WOW Growth. But right now, we're going to concentrate on this new director WOW program. And do you see how I got here? The resources for you, programs, and then the WOW program. All right, so that's where this is housed. All right, so the WOW program, the new director WOW program is different from the other WOW programs. So it's really important to kind of know what's going on. And then going forward, each time you enter a new program, definitely like get the ins and outs, because you don't want to miss out on anything by just, a small amount. So it's only for first-time directors. So if you've been a director before and you're stepping back up, this program is not for you, but you can enroll into either the Running Start or the other WOW program. So you have options. All right, so but for first-time new directors, you can achieve, what you want to do is you want to achieve $60,000 in cumulative team sales within your first 6 months as a new director. Okay, so you have 6 months to hit that $60,000. That's $10,000 a month. All right. Now the big thing is you cannot go less than $7,500. All right. So if one month you have $9,000, another month you have $15,000, that's fine. You just can't go below in any given month that $7,500. Okay. But then you also need to have 4 managers in title at the same time during any of those 6 months. So let's just say it's month 3 and you have 4 managers. You promote a manager, and that gives you 4 managers in title, not paid as, but in title for that month. In month 3, you can check that box. All right, you've gotten that that thing on the list. So that's important to kind of know. And then your options, of course, are the trip to Hawaii for 2, the trip to Disney for 4. You can also buy in extra if you have more than 2 kids or whatever. So you can buy in extra for that. Or you can choose from a diamond ring. There's also the technology package, which is pretty cool if you're in need of some good technology. All right, so that is the new director WOW program. Now I am going to jump into the Q&A right here. Anytime we have a program or anything like that, a trip, there's always a Q&A. So when you have questions about it, go here first, because a lot of times those questions are answered. So one of the questions that I've had recently is, it is, I need to meet my minimum requirements. Do my managers need to be paid as? Okay, right. Do the managers need to be paid as? No, they need to be titled as. All right, that's a question. And then also we have a couple people that have some really great growth going on. So that's really exciting. So some of you have a DIQ and you are a new director. Kudos to you. Way to go. All right. So this is the question that you probably are asking. What happens if I promote a director during the program qualification period? If you promote a director, you'll be given an additional month to achieve the 60,000. So instead of doing it in 6 months, you'll have an additional month, a 7th month to hit that 60,000. Okay. But that new director's sales do not count towards yours. Let me double check on that, but I'm assuming that that's why you have the additional thing. As long as the additional month is above 7,500, you will get to count all 7 months towards your cumulative amount. Please note, if you fall under 7,500, you will skip that month and not count towards the cumulative amount you need to successfully complete the program. All right. So that is what's important to kind of realize that. But it doesn't fully say there in writing that new director's sales don't count towards yours. So that's a question. That's a question to ask Pam about. All right, let's see here. And there was another question that somebody had asked me. Here's how you track your progress. And we are going to talk about that in reports. Report, my sale, reports, programs, wow. Okay. And I'll show you that here in just a moment. So yeah, so be sure to kind of just take a look at this and just kind of go over the Q&A. It'll help you. With your WOW program and just fully understanding it, because it's really important to educate yourself on any programs that you're in, because like I said, I personally have missed one of those WOW month goals by hundreds of dollars because I wasn't paying attention. So it's important to pay attention to those. All right, so let's go to reports now. All right, so right here, you all know how to get to the screen. I can skip ahead with that. So here are reports. So this is my team summary, all right? So it might look a little bit different now that you are a director. The big thing is like the activity and productivity, all that kind of good stuff is on there, which is so helpful, which I think might actually be in your DIQ screens now, but I'm not 100% sure. Just in case you don't know how to do this, you can go back to past years. You can also go back to past months. So you can go back into August and take a look at that, right? You can also pull out specific weeks. So let's look at week 34, right? And so you can do that and hit go. You could do 2 weeks. So you're looking at the second half of the month. So you could put week 35, right? So you can kind of do that if you're doing a promotion for your team or anything like that. You can take a look and separate things out like that. I do that stuff a lot, which is why I want to show you that. Down here, these are the drop down, the different ways you can sort things. And so it's nice to kind of know everything's there and what is available to you to be able to kind of sort. If you click on the tops of your reports here, it will sort things like it'll sort it by alphabetical. And then you can do the opposite. It starts down at the bottom of the alphabet. You can do that. You can sort by structure. You can sort by structure. And so that puts like your manager units underneath, right? And it just kind of helps clump everybody together so you can see here's Amy Beebe's unit, right? So everybody's kind of lumped together. And then you can also, I do, like if I'm doing any sort of recognition, a quick recognition, I can sort by sales and I could be like, wow, look how much you got in those 2 weeks, right? And so I can just kind of throw that out there. It's nice, quick and easy. Again, you can also sort by birthday if you want to do birthday shout outs or birthday cards. In the past, I've done birthday cards for everybody on my team. And so then you can just sort birthdays and go down to September, throw some birthday cards in the mail. It's a nice touch. So you see all the different ways that you can kind of sort in there. All right, so under reports, you can go to my challenge tracker. I'm sure we kind of touched on this. You can go to your team and organization to see where everybody's at with that. You can also go in and just kind of with the coupons and see, you know, who's redeemed coupons. That's a great contact point that you can make with your team that is reaching out, helping them, not reaching out, saying what sales do you have going in. Anything like that that you can do to reach out to your team members in a caring, let me help you way versus a, hey, what do you have for me today way is significant, because there are times when you are going to kind of have to go to them and be like, hey, I really need to know the bottom line. What do you have going in? And if you've made all these other contacts, you can do that and still and it's a good conversation. They don't feel like that's all you need. So it's really important to have those contact points with your team, and Tupperware gives us some reports to make it easier. So if you do have a DIQ, this is a great place to track them, your DIQ summary, right? So you can just kind of take a look and see where everybody's at as far as DIQs go. Programs, this is what we're talking about, your WOW program summary. You can go in there and you can see, I have everybody, this is my org summary. So I see everybody that's enrolled in a program. I can click right here on this icon. We'll look at mine. All right, I can click right here on this icon and see the different goals and the various goals. I can do that for everybody in the organization, which is nice because then I can kind of try to keep an eye. It's just another layer of maybe being able to keep an eye on what's going on with everybody. What's your drive? All right, so this is a great, again, you have an estimator here, all that kind of good stuff. You have, let's see here, you can look at your details. You can kind of click on those just to kind of see where you're at with everything. Again, org view, all that kind of good stuff for those with an organization. So this kind of goes for new organization leaders as well. The Connie program, the Brownie. So there's all these different reports that you can kind of get back in here and look at. The Elite Org Tracker, that is for the trip to the Bahamas right now. You can absolutely qualify for that. You just have to double down. You have to do a minimum of $500,000 before the end of the year. So you see kind of where everybody's at, and you can see how everybody's doing. Amy Gardner's Elite. Whoa, whoa, she's on pace for Elite. Yes, she's getting there. All right. So it's nice to be able just to kind of go through these reports, click on them, just see what's what. All right. If you, weekly custom report is a great one. Okay, so weekly custom reports, if you've ever seen me, if you're on my team page, you see me put out what looks like a spreadsheet sort of recognition. This is where I get this from. All right, so you can go in here and you can do weeks. So let's just use August, for example. So August. All right, so I put, that's the whole month of August. I'm doing my personal team, right? So again, you can drop that down. You can do directors. You can do all kinds of good stuff. And so I am going to put $1 in sales because otherwise it's going to pull up everybody on the team, active and inactive. All right. But sometimes if I'm doing, but here's the trick. If you put in $1 in sales as a minimum, that's great. It'll knock out the zeros, but if they had a recruit, they're not going to show up in this report. So sometimes you, if you're going to recognize recruiting or something, you need to make sure you put zeros for everything. All right. So I'm just going to submit that. All right. And then here it is. There's my report. This is everybody that had more than $1 in sales in the month of August. All right. And then I can just, from here, I can like copy and paste this, right? So I can copy and paste this and drop it right into a spreadsheet. That's something we could do a training on that later. I'm not going to go into details right now on that. I am not very versed in spreadsheets. That's literally the only thing I know how to do on a spreadsheet. So it's got to be easy, people. I am not good at that stuff. All right, but then also you have your party lineups. So you can see your party lineups for your team. So you can go in when you're making contacts with them, make sure that they have their parties up reported. All right, and so there's just kind of a brief overview of some of the things that are available to you. Again, earnings estimators are so much fun. So you can go to your earnings estimator, you can see your commission summaries and things like that. And then your end of year tax report, your information's right there. And just so you know, we are 1099, right? And if you're going to a bank and you're looking to get a loan or do something like that, they will ask you for pay stubs. These custom reports work. All right. Some banks want you to do a profit and loss statement, things like that, or they want to see last year's tax return. That's easy enough. But these do count as pay stubs, these earnings estimators. And so you're like your commission summary right here. I will print these up and I will take them into the bank. So that is just a little food for thought. All right, so the last thing I wanted to cover with you all here today was Slack. Okay, so this is our main source of communication here at Champion for the directors. We just started using Slack a couple months ago. There are lots of really amazing features to it. But one of the things is you just need to sort of get into the habit of checking it, right? And unfortunately, I don't have anything that I haven't read yet. But when something is unread, you can, it shows up in dark, like it's bolded if there's something that's unread in there. All right. But the thing that's nice about it is because we do have these channels. Okay. So what a channel is it's just, that's the theme of the things that we're talking about in there. So the director Thursday calls, sometimes on early in the week or even on Wednesday, Pam will throw in there, hey, everybody come to the call with this idea, or come to the call with a solution for this problem that we have or whatever. Or she'll say, because we have the book that we're kind of reading through on our Thursday calls that she likes to touch on, the great book, it's How to Be a Positive Leader, or Power of a Positive Leader, I think, by John Gordon. And so she might throw on there like, hey, be sure to read chapter 2 today, because we don't do it every single week because sometimes we have so much stuff to cover. But yeah, so that's where she'll kind of throw something there. And then also we have one for just different memes. All right. And you see family and fun. This one I just wanted to explain. This is prayer requests. This is great news. This is something fun that you did with your kids over the weekend. We made a channel like this because, you know, sometimes we would be getting into the nitty gritty of like who's doing demos on Tuesday night, and then somebody would need a prayer request and it would kind of throw things off. And so, and we want to, you know, we want to be able to give our attention to the prayer requests and to things like that. But if we're trying to kind of get to the nitty gritty, it would kind of, it would just, everybody, you know, a big squirrel right in the middle of what we're trying to plan. And so we put this here and I love it because weirdly, you see, we wish Jenny happy birthday, all that kind of good stuff. So that's what the different channels are. You can also direct message through here, which is kind of cool. I don't think I've ever done that because I think I've got, you know, texting numbers for all of the directors, but you can DM through there, which is great. What was the other thing I was going to mention? I can't remember. Oh, I know what it is. What's important, one of the things that will keep our Slack nice and clean and really efficient is if we reply back in the thread. So if I want to say to Jenny, and she says, hey, thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I'm going to say, I'm so glad you had a wonderful birthday, right? You deserve it. Oops, I can't spell. Thank you. Spell check. All right. And then I'm going to reply right there. So what that does is then it's down here. So it's not like, so, you know, when we do like in our message group or in like a normal like text messaging, you're like thumbs up, you know, or you're like, hey, this is great, or like congrats, and everybody's doing it. And next thing you know, like in your like your team messages, next thing you know, it's like all the way down and then the messages are completely buried. Well, this keeps the messages from getting quite so buried. So if everybody replies back to whatever that message is right there below it, that keeps everything a little bit cleaner, keeps things from getting pushed too far up. If you have unread messages, it'll have a message like when you click on it, it'll say, I click on Family Fun and it'll say 19 unread messages. No biggie. If you click right on the 19 unread messages, it'll actually bump you up and then you can kind of see where that starts. So it's a nice way to kind of keep nice and organized. And so if for some reason, sometimes somebody gets left off of one of these channels and you figure out that you're left off of a channel, just let somebody know, we'll add you. It just happens by accident sometimes. So, and who knows, maybe there's a channel I'm not on. It's hard to say. So, but anyway, so that is Slack. And you can download it right onto your phone or your iPad or your laptop or any of that type of stuff. But it's a great way for us to be able to communicate. Just get in the habit of checking it regularly so that you can stay up to date on all of our champion news. All right. Okay, so let's see here. What do I want to do? I want to stop share. All right, so I think that's all I really wanted to cover today and just kind of let you guys know, congratulations. We're so excited for you to be a part of our champion director family, and I hope that this helps. And but always reach out if you have any questions about anything. Reach out to any of the directors. We're all so willing to help. Honestly, I can say that honestly, that I think there's not a single director you could reach out to that wouldn't be willing to help you with any questions that you do have, because we've all been new directors at some point and we've all had lots of those questions. So awesome. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.